Have you ever dismissed the idea of karma as superstition? Have you ever thought, if karma was real, wouldn't all the bad people already be punished? Or maybe you felt frustrated, wondering why good people suffer and others seem to get away with anything. Welcome back to the channel. Today's story is not just about belief, it's about awakening. This is the astonishing account of a man who completely rejected the idea of karma until he met a stranger who knew everything about his life, secrets he told no one, thoughts he thought were buried forever. And from that moment, everything changed. Today's video goes far beyond theory. You're about to witness how karma is not a myth or a vague spiritual idea, but a living law, one that operates in silence, precision, and perfect timing. A law that doesn't need your belief to function. A law that's already shaping your life, whether you see it or not. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you might just begin to see your past and your future in a whole new way. Let's start with the man at the heart of this story. He was educated, logical thinker. Like many modern skeptics, he dismissed karma as outdated folklore, convenient excuse for people who didn't want to take responsibility. In his view, life was random and fair, yes, but not controlled by any deeper force. He prided himself on rationality. And yet, beneath that rational surface, his life was unraveling. He suffered from constant anxiety, recurring nightmares, sudden bouts of fear and depression that no therapy or medication could fully resolve. Still, he told himself, it's just stress, chemicals, trauma from childhood, science can explain everything. Until one day, he met a stranger, a monk, out in a temple, out during a pilgrimage, out in an ordinary public place, in an encounter that seemed purely coincidental. The monk sat beside him, looked him in the eyes, and began to speak. But he didn't speak in generalities. He described, in precise, vivid detail, the mind's deepest secrets. Betrayal he committed in his youth that no one knew about. Woman he had hurt and abandoned, whose name the monk somehow knew. The private thoughts he had struggled with the night before. The monk wasn't accusing, he was simply observing. And then, just as calmly, he said, these thoughts are returning to you, not as punishment, but as mirrors. The monk was speechless. He asked, how do you know this? The monk replied, because karma speaks through patterns, and when you listen deeply, it tells you everything. That moment shattered his worldview. He began questioning not only the monk's words, but his own entire life. He started looking back, connecting the dots, realizing that his suffering didn't come from nowhere. Came from somewhere, from choices made in moments of fear, selfishness, and ignorance. And suddenly, everything made sense. The fear of being abandoned mirrored the way he had abandoned others. The anxiety about being judged echoed the harsh judgments he had placed on people in his past. The depression was the karmic weight of a life lived without awareness. It wasn't punishment. It was cause and effect. It was the law of resonance. What you send out returns, in ways you often don't recognize until the mirror is right in front of you. From that day on, his life changed. Not because he became religious, but because he became responsible. He began observing his thoughts, noticing when he was planting seeds of anger, or bitterness, or greed, and consciously replacing them with patience, humility, and generosity. He reached out to people he had hurt, not for forgiveness, but to complete the karmic loop, with honesty. And perhaps most importantly, he forgave himself. He realized that karma doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for awareness. At every moment of regret is a seed for transformation, if you act on it. He began meditating, not to escape his guilt, but to face it, to see the layers of self-deception and burn them in the fire of truth. And slowly, peace returned. Not suddenly, not magically, but gradually. Because karma doesn't forget. It forgives when you are sincere. And that's the message I want to share with you. We often think of karma as a system of reward and punishment. It's deeper than that. Karma is a teacher. It's the most patient teacher you'll ever meet. It repeats the same lesson over and over until you learn it. To shame you. To awaken you. If you betray someone, life will show you betrayal until you understand trust. If you take what isn't yours, life will show you lack until you understand generosity. If you lie, life will surround you with illusion until you value truth. This is not cruelty. This is grace. Because every moment of suffering is life saying, wake up. Change. So I ask you now, what lessons is karma trying to teach you? What patterns keep repeating in your life? What secret guilt have you been carrying? You don't need a mind to tell you. We already know. The truth is in your body, or dreams, or fears, or triggers, are all messengers. And you can ignore them for years, even lifetimes. But eventually, karma comes. Not as a punishment, but as a mirror to show you. So don't wait until life has to hit you harder. Look now. Be honest now. Choose differently now. Plant new seeds of compassion, clarity, and courage. And you'll watch the world around you shift. Not because you forced it, but because you changed the root. This is karma. Precise, artful, but also deeply loving. Thank you for watching this video. If this story moved something inside you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced a karmic pattern that woke you up? Like, subscribe, and pass this on to someone who might be stuck in confusion. Together, let's walk this path with eyes open. And always remember, karma doesn't just return what you've done. It reflects who you choose to become.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the Soulmate Test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.